my name is Zoe, and today we're going to talk about the compatibility between a Pisces Aries Cusp and a Pisces Aries Cusp. For those of you who have been watching me for a while, you know that I've been doing these compatibility videos, and I think that this is the last one, guys. It's been years since I've been making them, and so I'm really excited to see what's next for this channel. Pisces Aries Cusp would be a really good match for you. They're very similar to you. It's like dating yourself, which can be uncomfortable, but also comfortable. This is a complicated dynamic. Don't ever stop trying to compromise, even when you know you have won. If you want this to work, you have a lot in common energetically. You both can be kind of moody, and sometimes you need someone to uplift you, to help you, to get you out of your funk. So dating someone else who's exactly the same and who also gets in funks and needs uplifting can be tricky, right? Because if you're both having a bad day and you both need that from someone, but you can't give that to each other, that can be a problem. Who's gonna cheer you up? You aren't the nicest to each other, okay? No. In fact, you don't seem to care about each other at all. Your dynamic is like a steaming tea kettle. So steamy. In fact, you always seem to have like this very unique take on things. And sometimes you can get very stuck on it, and it can actually hinder your relationship. You share a lot of mutual experiences with the Pisces Aries Cusp. You really need someone who has your back and who can also take care of themselves at the same time. They need to be their own person, but also trustworthy. Neither one of you wants to give up on the other. Your Pisces Aries Cusp is serious about you, and they won't give up on you, and you're both very stubborn, but it only makes you better as a couple. Your love is a California wildfire. It's untamed and intense, and every day looks really different with them. But that doesn't mean you have to be super intense all the time. It's okay to chill and take it easy and go with the flow. Your fellow Aries Pisces Cusp can be gloomy. Sometimes they have their moods just like you. And you're gonna have to learn to recognize that and navigate them if you want to be with them. You might drive them crazy because you can't keep up with their sporadic energy. You don't really look out for each other's safety as partners, but you both share an undeniable spark. That is more than a spark. It's a flame that is bigger than a flame. It's a fire that is more intense than a fire. It's a wildfire that is unstoppable and powerful. Your love is so much bigger than the both of you. You often meet while working together. At times, your Pisces Aries Cusp might be too impulsive, and it will be difficult for you to keep up with it. You're like, hey, we said no more radishes. And they're like, yeah, well, screw you. I wanted to start a radish garden. And you're like, yeah, I like radishes, but I thought we talked about this. Like, expect a lot of conversations like this. It doesn't have to be about radishes, of course, that's just an example, but it's something like you guys have maybe agreed on something and then they make like an impulsive decision, and it obviously could go both ways, but you would understand them though. You're both very honest with each other. When it comes to sex or intimacy, you either have sex or you don't have sex. There's no in between. It's this way a lot. You either love it or you hate it. You either care or you don't care. It's either a yes or a no, but hardly ever a maybe. There is this lack of emotional nuance. When you choose to date each other, there is this tendency to want to avoid unnecessary conflict. You would just feel like you click with another Pisces Aries Cusp. Your relationship is controversial. The dynamic is very black and white, and there isn't a lot of like gray area. One night stands or casual sex is really common with this pairing. You both might enjoy quickies. Now, your Pisces Aries Cusp usually processes their emotions in different time frames than you do. And so you don't always sync up. So right when you think that you've worked through something and it's all good, you are ready to move forward, you realize that they haven't fully moved on with it and they're still holding on and they're still processing it. And you're like, but we just got through this. We just talked about it and they're bringing it up again. Could go both ways. Like, it's just this feeling of not fully being on the same wavelength all the time. Like just when you've thought that you've worked through it, it's like they're letting it fester and they're resenting you, and you're like, whoa, I thought we got over this. Like it could explode at any moment, and you're like, what the hell? You both can be emotionally volatile, but moods can be unpredictable. That's why it's so important to learn the signs to navigate their moodiness. Your love is primal and fierce. When you both fight, it's explosive. But there are a lot of beautiful and harmonious moments in between. This relationship works well if you don't see each other every single day. You can't really tame that ferocious energy that you share. Your chemistry is unpredictable, it's feral, and that often turns into arguments and conflict. That's why it's probably best to be friends with them. It's kind of a recipe for disaster. This couple reminds me of the last season of Umbrella Academy, where Ben and Jessica end up meeting and they end up basically destroying the world. That was a shit show. I don't know if you guys watched that, but it was a messy ending. But it reminds me a lot of this relationship, because it's like you guys are a catalyst for each other, for destruction. So ask yourself, do you really want to unleash the beast? Is it worth the apocalypse? That's powerful, don't get me wrong, but is that what you really want? Sometimes powerful doesn't mean happily ever after. However, this is just based on the energy that I'm getting here. This could really work out, but yeah, this is just basically the patterns on how these two dynamics play out. So that being said, if you are a Pisces Aries cusp yourself, please let me know if you've dated another person who's also on your cusp. I would love to know your story. Do you agree with this? Do you get along? Like, how did it go? Are you divorced? Are you broken up? Do you have a crush on one? I just want to know what your experience has been. I would love to discuss that with you in the comment section. That's how I learn. That's how I grow. And you can always book a reading with me on my website, zoethepsychic.com. For those of you who like astrology, I do astrology readings. They're more intuitive. But I also offer tarot readings, tea leaf readings, runes, scrying, etc. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and don't forget to comment. Especially if there's something you would like to see on this channel. I would love to know what your thoughts are. Bye. Have a fabulous day.